Hello everybody, in this video we're gonna see on how to create a chase game on Scratch. So first I'm gonna go ahead and delete this sprite right here. We don't need him. So now I'm gonna add a backdrop. You can choose anyone you want. I'll go ahead with the boardwalk. So now we need a sprite. The sprite we're gonna be choosing right now is gonna be the chasing sprite. So I'll just take Ben. So now that we have Ben right here, it's gonna move him a little down. Okay, now we have Ben, we want him to move. So I can use this event when right arrow key pressed. But if I use those, the character won't move very smoothly. So I'm just gonna get this when green flag clicked and go to control, get a forever loop, then get one of this. So now I'm gonna go to sensing and then get key space pressed. So I'll put the right in there. So now I'll change this to up arrow and I'm gonna duplicate this and duplicate this. So now I'm gonna set this to down arrow, right arrow, and left arrow. Okay, so now let's go to motion and scroll down. So now we have change X, set X, change Y, and set Y. So X is right and left, and Y is up and down. So I'm gonna get two change Y's for up arrow and down arrow, and then I'm gonna get change X for right arrow and change X for left arrow. So I'm gonna set this to 3. So that's gonna be the speed on how it's moving on the character, the speed the character is moving in. So I'm gonna set them all to 3. The left arrow and the down arrow should be -3. You can set it to any number you want, but for the down arrow and the left arrow, make sure there's a minus. It's a negative number. So now let's try it out, and it's moving very fast. I'll just keep it the speed. We can change the speed over here. So now I'm gonna add the sprite that's gonna be chased. So I'll just select this ball right here. So just drag it right here. So now we want it to glide all around the area. So I'm gonna go to events and get this event right here. Go to motion and then glide 1 second to random position. So I'll set this to 2 and then now try it. It's going and then it stopped. That's because it glided 2 seconds to a random position. So now we want it to do that forever. So I'll just set this to 1.5, I think. So now I start again. It's moving, still moving, and keep moving. So that's good enough. Now I want a score to be there over here, so that whenever this guy touches the ball, a point should be added to the score. So I'm gonna get an event and then a forever loop and then a if block. So now go to sensing and touching mouse pointer. I'm gonna just get that. Then I'm gonna change this to Ben. Ben's the character right here. So now we wanted to add a score. So first we need a score. I'm gonna go to variables, then delete this my variable right here. I'm gonna make a new one. Make sure it's for all sprites. I'm gonna set this to score. Okay. So now we have a score thing right there. Now if touching Ben, then change score by 1. So now let's try it. It's doing what it's told to do. The ball's touching Ben, and therefore the score's increasing by 1. But first, let's set the score to 0 every time the game starts. So I'll just put that there. Now we need to deal with the problem that Ben is gonna get a lot of points. Okay, so look, it's increasing too fast. So we want 1 point when Ben touches the ball once. We won't like this type of thing. So I'll just stop it. Now I'm gonna add another event. When green flag clicked, control forever. Okay, let's add this thing here only. Let's go looks, scroll down, and then get 2 shows, and then 1 hide. So let's go to control and get wait 1 second. So I'll put the show over here. So every time the game starts, we want the ball to show, and then change score by 1. If touching Ben, then it'll change the score by 1, and then it'll hide. It'll hide for I think 2 seconds. I'll set this to 2 seconds. So it's gonna wait 2 seconds, and then it's gonna show. So let's try it. Ben touches the ball, it waits 2 seconds, and it shows. So that's good enough. Now I want many balls for Ben to catch. So I'm gonna add another ball. Wait. Before this, I want the size to be a little small. So I'll just change this to I think 70. Yeah, 70 is good enough. So I'll just right click the ball, duplicate it, and duplicate it again. So now we have 3 balls over here. So now let's try it. There's a lot of them here. So this is pretty good. I'm gonna decrease Ben's size a little. So I'll go to Ben and then set him to about 60. No, that's too small. I'll change that ball size to how about 55. Same for the others. So now let's try it, and they're going pretty good. And this is how you make a chase game on Scratch. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Bye bye.